against the wall, and no one else can see the preservation of the mortar in me. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a. I was literally live for 3.5 hours this morning, and the only reason I got up, the only reason why I left afterwards was because I had like 10% battery left on my phone. I had 10% battery left on my phone, and what I did was this guy McTheany called me. McTheany that I haven't talked to in a while, and it's my fault. It's my fault because I haven't reached out since we were both served together, and it's been my fault that I haven't reached out to a lot of these guys and girls that I had served with. I hadn't reached out, and it was saying like, "Hey, I'm sorry for not keeping up touch. We in the military go through a lot of stuff, and it was my fault that we haven't kept touch. I get it. I was, run two companies. I was doing this and that, but so I wanted to try to go and talk to people today, like yesterday and today. So I talked to Matheny after my 3.5 hour stream this morning, and he was just saying like, "Hey, I had a bad night. There were some guys that we had words, and I was like, okay, well, I'm glad you got away from them. You like had the foresight to like walk away, and no harm came to anyone. That's good. But I don't know what happened with the guys at the bar. He's over in Michigan somewhere, and then he was just telling me, and I don't want to like air out his dirty laundry here. It's just saying like, hey, I've just been going through some stuff. It's like, hey, you know what? Um, we should make a time for me to go out there and we can chat like old times and have a beer. You can show me around. I can, get you on the stream over here, and let's just try to figure something out. Because I feel that sometimes, and not even like yes, veterans especially, but a lot of people, they just have this like dark cloud following them that you just feel like, okay, I'm going up and I'm going to work, and like what is the point of this company? I don't like what I'm doing, and they just don't like it. They don't like the fact that they're forced to go to sit in traffic, and then after sitting in traffic for a while to be forced at a job that they hate doing, they don't get any value there. They don't feel fulfilled at all, and it's just a deeply unsatisfying job that you have. And uh, I want to be here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. And I saw it with the friend that I said, "Hey, Wraithax, $10 super chats. Our military brothers and sisters are amazing. They are." And actually, after I was on the phone with McTheany, I was on a phone with Wolfgang, not Wolfgang from E2, but Wolfgang is a girl I knew in the Air Force. She's still in, and she's in Germany right now. And I was like, "Hey, what's your day like?" I called her. It was at 4 in the morning where I was, but it was 10 in the morning where she was. She's like, "Well, I have this day planned. She's a supervisor now. I'm trying to get some airmen out that maybe haven't been out in a while, and I want to get them to go to like a lake. Like, yes, I people can drink, they can do whatever, but I just want to get them out and about. She has some airmen there that they got in during COVID, and they haven't been treated out to a day like this. So her doing that, I was like, that's great. That sounds amazing, and I love the fact. And we were going over other veterans, like what we're doing with lives, and I mentioned to her, my friend Escobar, that she is so pretty, she is so bubbly, and she is so smart. She can do whatever she wants. She can do whatever she wants to do. But she's going to school. She's using her GI Bill to go to school so she can become a counselor for like underprivileged youth where like she grew up, and she knows that it is going to be like she's got a husband or that makes decent money, but she knows that if she was even if she wasn't married, she would do this by herself because that's what she's drawn to do. And people don't have to be in their lives, like they don't have to be at this one job. Like if you have some time during the day, whatever it is, a passion project where you make birdhouses, or a passion project where you decide like, hey, you know what, I'm actually really good at sewing. I'm gonna sew some really cool stuff. I'm gonna get this fabric from this fabric store. It's really cheap, and I'm gonna go and make some cool things, and I'm gonna wear like models. Like I want, like if you're inspired by Cruella, Cruella was a great movie, and just go see that. Say like, hey, that's what you want to do. Go and buy fabric and just go make that. Um, You don't have to be in that bad whatever position you're in right now. If you're listening to this and you're in a bad position and you have credit card debt and you're overweight and you're drinking too much and you just cut the this is me telling you right now, cut the bullshit. Like, no, sorry for the cursing here, but cut everything. It's like, okay, drink water, eat lots of vegetables. Here's your things, like go running, go lift weights again safely, but go and spend time with your kids or your family, work on relationships that you haven't had in a while, that reach out to people that you haven't in a while. Go to like your mom and your dad, tell them you love them. Go to your kids, like whatever. Like this is it. Like if you're listening right now, whatever it is on the live stream or on somewhere else, and you're just listening to this, um, go and find something that you're passionate about and go and make that your reality. You don't have to be in this bullshit job every single day where you have to go into meetings and you have to go into saying people like, oh, be enthusiastic about your job, and you have to get a performance review being like, hey, this company is your future. You got to be putting in more hours here. You should be thankful for this job. Like that sounds freaking awful. That sounds god awful. I would never wish that upon anyone. But I understand that, saying that, yes, I'm a little privileged here. I'm coming from, but again, I did it. I did it. So don't let other people tell you that you need a college degree in order to make something of yourself. You don't. It's just hard work, and you go in and put that passion project to work. Go in and go say, like, whatever it is that you want to do, you want to make YouTube videos. And again, for me, I just tell people that if they want somewhere to talk, just go on YouTube and just find a place that nobody else is talking about. Where I started this channel was on Pokemon sales data because nobody was talking about that. And I talked for months with like 5 and 10, like 20 people viewing it. And then I got to where I started incorporating Tesla and podcasts and other stuff. And then it started rolling, and now it's making me money. Where I mean, not this, but I had I had two other businesses with that as well. But if you're a writer, like go in and write 1,000 words a day. Like I know some people, they're not as lucky as I. Maybe they have kids, they have whatever, they have debt. Okay, you can take everything that you have and look at it. I'm gonna cut out the bullshit spending. I don't need cable. I don't need this. I don't need a TV. Like just go in and fix everything that you can right now. And yeah, you just don't. I'll get to comments in a second. Let's see here. Sorry, I was on a roll for a minute. How I Made says, "Hey Randy, have you looked into staking cake on Pancake Swap? It pays out 23.23% daily." Oh, that's a lot. I have not, but staking is something I'm really interested in because it. Again, I was telling my friend Tyler the other day, like he has a house, and I was like, just home equity line of credit. If you he apparently you can get that for under 3%, like 3%, whatever. Okay, well, listen, take that out, get 100 grand, go and buy Ethereum and stake Ethereum, and you get 6% each year. So yes, you have to pay the 3% on that money that you take out, but you're making 6% in Ethereum just by staking. It's guaranteed. That it's same way that's guaranteed like in a bond. Like as they're as safe as bonds. They're as safe as they can be. They're as safe as yield treasuries, out that. So I told him like just do that. Like if you like, he's not really too into crypto where I can say like and I would even tell him like, listen, like if you were to take out a home equity line of credit on your house, which I told my girlfriend, just buy Bitcoin. If you're not into all these other altcoins, I can't. If you're too busy or whatever, just go and get that, and you buy your house in 5 years from now. Like I said, I will take $250,000 for my Trophy Kangaskhan. Even I'll take two. I don't care, just because I want to get as much into OMI as I can. But again, this is what I was saying wasn't really about that. Bus's Garage says my dad is a veteran and loves his projects, but also works for a great veteran and kids charity where people can go get some outdoors fun, ride horses, do leather work. Oh, I love that. And dad says that getting out of the house makes a world of difference for him and the kids in and insured veterans. Yeah, I love that. Getting out of the house and doing that is really important for vets, especially going like a lot of times where I don't run into problems like other veterans. They say like, yeah, I don't have. They just say I don't have anyone around me that like understands. Like they don't So okay, so all right, well that's why we need to call. We need to do a thing. Um, and that's an issue. And I went through that as well when I got out 2017. It was not a fun transition. Thankfully, I was still close to McGuire Air Force Base, like 2.5 hours away. I can go and visit. I can go and see friends. I can go and and thankfully, as I became more and more successful. Like, okay, I can visit my friends in Germany. Like the girl I was talking with before, Wolfgang, on the phone. I love her. Like, she's one of my best friends in life, and I thought, listen, anything you need, just go on and like if you need to get out of the military for a while, if you need to just relax, like come stay with me. We'll figure it out. Like we'll figure it out. And I was talking to my friend Thompson the other day, same thing where she's in Arizona and she's not feeling, so hot because a lot of different things. Thank you guys for 5 likes. Have not been going the way she wanted. It's like, okay, well, listen, we can figure it out. Thankfully, I'm in a little bit of a privileged position right now where we can go do things and just we can stay with each other and you can, get your footing here and, go to school. And again, once I sell this card, which I could sell it literally for probably 200 right now. But because 220 was declined previously, so if someone offered 250, I'd take it. But yeah, going out, reaching out to other veterans is really fun. I like helping. Where's my curry at? Said anyone ever said anything about OMI staking? Not yet. We're very hopeful that it'll happen. Horse of the Sun Ranch in California. Okay, maybe I can visit them. Bush's Garage, Horse of the Sun Ranch in California. But yeah, that's the other thing. Like how I think OMI can change lives, and Earth 2, I think, can just be a meeting place for. And I got into this a little bit last night, where let's say two countries or territories are at war. Let's say Jerusalem and Palestine, always at war, and let's say it's dangerous for people to go in real time, in real space, and to try to hug it out or to try, if you can find kids, you can find people that are like, hey, you like the same music I like. There's some people, there's so many people that hate me. Like, okay, well, let me buy you a beer. Let's go to dinner. I guarantee you there are ways that a lot of things that we have in common. And I guarantee you at the end of that, we're either friends or at least you don't think that negatively anymore. And that's what I think everyone should aim to try to do. Like, okay, let's whenever someone's trying to issue, okay, let's cool heads. What's making you this way? What's making you so? Mm. And that's what I feel like that's why politics are so like just all right, everyone just needs to chill out because just because you support one person's whatever doesn't mean you support everything that they say. No, they implemented this policy, so that's why I like this policy. But then say, oh well, what about what they tweeted? What about what the I was like, okay, like listen, maybe they did something years ago, like Jenna Marbles, like she had made a what do you call it? A couple of videos, which now would be considered maybe a little bit like a little too risque or a little too like on the racist side or whatever. No, they're funny, and the people that were involved, it was funny, and so there was a not a, there. Well, I was with my friend Venegas, who's Colombian, and we had deployed together, we're very good friends, and we would like they were going over like what's that called, stereotypes, and she's like, yeah, we do this and we do that, but like we're not crazy, like we're not Peruvians. I was like, hey, like, but that's funny. That's funny when people do that. Like, and it was that type of humor, that Jenna Marbles would have, and she just like people are trying to cancel her, or that they successfully did. They tried to cancel her for things that happened like 10 years ago. It's like, okay, well, people do change, and most times I'd like to think for the good, but sometimes not. Sometimes we hang on to the idea of people what they were, forgetting that people do change, and it's not like you're never going to go back to like the way it was, but you can make do with what you have. You make do with the people that you have now. Yeah, your sister was never you're never going to have that relationship again when you were like 9 and 10 years old, whatever. When you were playing Mario Kart, maybe something happened that they got into drugs or they got into whatever, and now it's different. Well, it doesn't just because something changed. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Uh, Buster's Garage says, "Yep, just even a little chat does wonders. I speak with my old shipmates now and then. It's great." Yeah, so if yeah, little chats like if you're a veteran, like reach out to other veterans. Like I've been trying, and I especially have no excuse not to now because I'm retired. So I'll reach out to everyone like, hey, let's. And this guy Matheny that I haven't, again, my fault. I haven't talked to in a while. Like, okay, well, we made a plan in like early August. We're going to talk about it when we're sober. Like, hey, let's make a plan. I'll go out to see him, and I'll go out to see like I want to see everyone. I want to go out and hang with people, like especially like people that I served with. Is just that's so important. So going out to see people is yeah, that's it's good. Did you ever watch Project Blue Book? Thoughts? I love the unknown. I haven't seen Project Blue Book. Heard of Project Blue Beam back in the. No, I haven't. Randy, I did not sleep. Synox, but how I made. No, I haven't. I do love Thoughts of the Unknown. You know, am I Anna into the unknown? Oh, no, sorry, that's Elsa. But Synox, no, I did not sleep. After I got off my 3.5 hour stream, I was talking with McTheany for a half hour, and then my friend Wolfgang for a half hour, and again, like I can't sleep. I want people to know that again, if people think that Earth 2 is a scam, come bring them here. Let's hash this out now once and for all. I'm streaming all day, I guess, until the Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds wears off. I just want to love people. I just want to take people like, okay, let's have a beer. Like, no, this isn't a scam. This is things that I believe is a great investment. I believe it's a place where people can go. Like I said, people that Palestine and Israel, if they can't go out and meet in real life, then maybe they can meet here in virtual reality. They can meet here and maybe they could have hope they could be ahead of their time, ahead of their governments that are still fighting with each other, but they like, hey, just because a lot of times, yeah, Palestine and Israel, they have their conflicts, but we in this universe, we can make a pact right here. Like when they had the two girls from, I think they were gymnasts in the Olympics in like 2016. One was from North Korea, one was from South Korea, and they were just hugging and they were like singing like Paul McCartney. That was like the best for me seeing that because just governments hate people don't hate each other. It's the governments that hate you that hate each other for whatever reason, for whatever sick, twisted. Why I'm so against the Federal Reserve is because they print trillions of dollars. They're not a federal, they're a private company, and we can't even get our politicians to go and audit the Federal Reserve. They're a private company that prints trillions of dollars for the US. Let's audit them because you know there's shady shit going on. You know there's bad stuff going on, and we can't get our politicians to vote to even say like let's audit them. That is ridiculous. And that's why I don't like big government. I don't trust big government. I trust people. And people, yeah, sometimes they let you down, but you can't keep going through life thinking that everyone one day will just let you down because you become very jaded and you just what did I think there was a meme like Mr. Rogers said when he would like a huge disaster would be on TV, his mom would say, look for the helpers, because there's always going to be people helping. And Earth 2, I think, is a great way for people to get to know each other across platforms. I think it's going to literally revolutionize the way we have social media. It's a way that they can, yes, it's a great investment. You could put money in, you could buy tiles, you'll be able to do whatever. There's going to be games, but I think it's also a way, a new social platform where people, thank you guys for 10 likes, where people can go along and it's for anything what you want. Like, and I get it. Facebook has that as well. Like, you like Metallica, you like Tool, you like Slipknot. You go and you find those pages and you find those people. You find that community. You go into metal shows are heckin' awesome. Going to see like Rob Zombie, going to see Black Sabbath, like Ozfest. Oh my heckin' god, it is ridiculous. Like going to see Of Mice and Men, August Burns Red, like just anywhere. Um, and that's what I think you're going to be able to find in Earth 2. You're going to be able to go find people like, and again, you have that already. Let's say on Tumblr, people like Hello Kitty, people like Deadpool, whatever. All right, go in on Earth 2, and you could actually see people in virtual reality and hang out with them. That's what I think Earth 2 is going to do. Vivi can do that as well. You have these people with Vivi and their app and the NFTs that are just so unique and so disruptive and you're going to have other people that, whatever it is, whether it's Star Trek, let's talk about the new NFTs that we have, all these different types of Star Treks, all these different types of Jurassic Parks, and Fast and Furious. You have legacy auto companies. You have what's the DeLorean coming up. You have Powerpuff Girls. All these different types of companies. It's not going to matter if one person likes GI Joe or one person likes My Little Pony or one person likes Transformers. I think that's going to revolutionize the way we look at collecting, where we don't have to lug hundreds of thousands or our precious items down to a con. We can just do it in virtual reality with these collectibles. And the fact that they're going to San Diego Comic-Con, nobody knows how great of an achievement that is unless you're a nerd. Talk to the finance guys as much as they want, like, they don't understand if they've never been to a New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con or Dragon Con like I have, like that feeling you get when you're there with other people, with other nerds. If you do something like that's cemented in our minds forever. And finance guys, they just don't get it. They like, they'll make money off it, sure, but they don't get what that means to us. And but again, they'll profit off of it. But that adoption to go to San Diego Comic Con, the amount of mass adoption you're going to see with VV after that is going to be through the heckin' moon. And that's why I'm so trying to get this card sold. I have 9.5 million OMI. I want 40 million OMI. I want 50. I want as much OMI as I can get. And to honestly, right now, if gun to my head, honestly, if I only had 200 grand, I would only put 50 grand into Bitcoin and 150 into OMI, just because that's how bullish I am on the project. And I would do that knowing full well that I might have to restart over. If VV is a bust and there's no mass adoption, then I have to start over. I have to go back to work, back to the drawing board. And goes back to what I was telling people. If you're in that type of job right now, you don't always have to be. Find that passion project and go and nurture it and water it. If you want to write. If you want to draw or animate, draw or animate. And once you continue to do that and make some money with it, and you can realize that you don't have to live in that shitty world where you're just in meetings all day and you just relish the time to just go to the bathroom so you can look at your phone before you have to go back to work and all these meetings and have to talk with HR representatives and all these people because you want to make a joke or whatever. Like, God, that's not the way people are supposed to be living. Like, again, maybe it's the who's seen the sky with diamonds talking, but people should be out, like, hiking or just out with friends, and just be out in nature. Go and just sit by a river and watch fish, like watch animals. Yeah, people, like, I feel like, are in deeply unsatisfying jobs, and being in unsatisfying jobs are going to live unsatisfactory lives. And you don't have to do that. You don't. You can work your butt off to change differently. Like, and if you're not happy doing something, like making 100 grand a year, but you'd be happy doing something making like 70 grand a year, go and do that, because happiness, you literally cannot buy it. You can't, because, like, again, I have had clients worth 9 figures that are not as happy with people that can't rub 2 nickels together. Mental illness does not care what your social status is. It doesn't care. Like, they got Demi Lovato, they got celebrities, all the yin yang. Be happy. If you can find a way to be happy, that's it. You're winning. You're winning at life. If you find a way to be happy, that is it. Like that Stevie talking to David on Schitt's Creek. Like, you have a husband, you have a business, you have your family here. That's it. You won. You won at life. If you have someone that, again, have a great girlfriend. I love her. I love animals. Like, if you find that, like, hold on to it. Just hold on to it. Because you're winning, and not everyone gets to win. They don't. But I think that's what we can be here to try to help. We can try to help other people that aren't winning, and we can help them win. We can help them be happy. We can help them try to leave their jobs, try to do something fulfilling. Because if they're again at a crappy job making even 40-50 grand a year, you can make that. You can make that doing side projects. I know you can. I'm a living example doing that with Pokemon, doing that with you can do it. Like if there's any one person that say like, oh, like anyone to go against, this person is from Peru, from a third world country, like they have one semester community college, this person like go back to me when I was in middle school and high school. I didn't give a crap about studying. I didn't give a crap about any of that. I guarantee you there was a bunch of my friends' parents, they liked me because I always worked. I always had a job. I was always doing something. Where a lot of my friends didn't at that age. I was just but if you take any like successful person and say like, okay, well this guy is no, because when you get successful and you know what it takes to be successful, you can recognize it. And you could recognize it in someone that is 19, that they're just busting their balls. They're going out and they're flipping stuff on eBay. They're going out, they're camping out to get these shoe sales. They scraped up enough money at their part-time job at 7-Eleven or Target to get these pair of sneakers because they know as soon as they get these pair of sneakers, they're going to be sold out, and they can take $300 that they get these pair of sneakers for and flip them for $400 or $500. And they can do that again and again and again. You can do that not with sneakers, but you can do that anything that you want. And I feel like people just don't realize that you can make money and be happy. But it comes with work, a lot of freaking work, but you have to nurture it. So, moving on. Synox saying I'm a legend. Thanks, man. When OMI hits 5 cents, I'm gonna buy you a PC so you can stream on law. I would hope I would have I would hope I would have that before it reaches 5 cents. But yeah. I mean, once it apparently right now it's hard to find parts for a PC because everyone's trying to build it. So apparently it's like you can't find it anymore. It says, so you make sure that have that PC on your Amazon wish list. I'm serious. I don't even know if I have an Amazon wish list. So I mean, if that's what you want to do, if I don't have a computer by the time that it reaches 5 cents, and you want to buy me a computer, sure, I will allow you to do that. Yeah. You know, that being said, like for those of you that know, like this is like yeah, if you want to do that, then sure. But be advised that will, I believe, 100% that'll happen this year. That is not outside the realm. My bear case for OMI is 3 cents. So 5 cents is that again. My base case is 10. So, Synox says he'll help out. It says, yeah, a mic and some good lighting and a desk. Oh, thanks guys. Yo, what up, Kiwo Wong? How's it going? So it's the guy that predicted this whole crypto E2, the real Randy, the coolest dude on YouTube. Oh, thanks guys, I'm trying. But also to what, you know, outside of telling people to work hard and stuff, like try to find compassion with some of these people, because like if you're somebody that is trying to take down Aria Realty or the guys at Guidebook Gaming, like you're just something went wrong in their life. So they weren't held enough, or they were held too much, whatever it was. That they're people that are trying to do good in this world, and they're trying to like talk down. Okay, something happened. We need to figure it out. I need to buy you a beer, and I need to we need to buy a couple of beers and figure out why you are the way you are, and we're gonna fix it. Like all of us together, we're gonna fix it. Like that's what I want. Like I don't want any fighting. I like. But in that same breath, I love testing myself. I love that fierce competition, but I also like when it doesn't have to be. No, let's just talk it out. So yeah, and that's I've given my thoughts on where I believe Earth 2 and OMI are going. I'll do it again. I'll talk all day about it. I mean, but it was more speculative on the Earth 2, saying like, oh, I think this could be a social media platform where people meet and they go and they say, hey, you like this, I like this. Let's do this in virtual reality. And that I could go on about that literally forever. Just talking about the possibilities are literally endless. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like right now, like you have $1,000, plan to get it. What do you want to do? Okay, well, I want to go to Hawaii. I want to swim with dolphins. Okay, I get it. You can't really do that. Swim with dolphins. You can, like, and I'm privileged to be able to do that if I wanted to right now. Want to go to Florida? Yes, I'll probably do that. Because that's a magical thing. I haven't done it yet, but apparently it's magical. And I love animals, but you could say like, hey, in virtual reality though, we can at least see these virtual reality dolphins, and we can do it together. We can whale watch. We can enjoy nature in its beauty without having to risk life and limb, because a whale can decide to just crush you at any moment. That's what I believe it's going to be. It's just people finding, at the end of the day, that's what I hope it is. It's just people finding things that they have in common with each other, people finding things that they like about each other. And they just meet not knowing anything about each other, but through that project, through the passion projects, through Pokemon or through whatever it is, they go and they find out they're actually from two parts of the world that are at war with each other or that are hating on each other, and they can say like, no, we can try to stop this. We can try to, like, our governments don't claim us. They don't. And again, I'm getting maybe a little hippie, a little too spiritual there. Um, Non-fungible wonderful says, "Yo, what up?" So non-fungible wonderful. If you're just tuning in, um, I don't know if anyone's talked about San Diego Comic Con. I'm sure you have on your channel. I do try to watch. Go watch non-fungible wonderful. He's really cool, doing the Lord's work. And I did exactly what you did yesterday. I went and I talked to these people. I told them all about Vivi. I told them all about these NFTs, and a lot of the guys that were there were my age or older, talking about old school 90s like X-Men action figures and talking about how awesome they were. They wish they still had them. I remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, but I was saying like, guys, these virtual NFTs, these virtual collectibles, that is the future. And San Diego Comic-Con, that being imprinted in our brains, is going to be mass adoption. And I've never been this bullish on a company. Tesla, close. Tesla was close. Where again, I see it. That Tesla's won the decade as far as electric vehicles are concerned. Tesla has gone on and just absolutely murdered it. Anyone trying to compete can't. Tesla is already way far ahead. They're years ahead in battery life and in full self-driving, in the amount of artificial intelligence driven miles. Google's Waymo has like 30 million. Tesla's have like billions with a B, like hundreds of times as much as Google has. So as far as information, and that's how the battle is always won, information is how Tesla wins. And I am more bullish on OMI than I am with Tesla. And Tesla, I've already made my fortune with Tesla. I've made over 100 grand. I have over 100 grand right now in Tesla. I will, yeah. And I'm more bullish on OMI than I am in Tesla. So I hope that says something. I hope that says what I feel about the company. Let me go and do a 30-minute Patreon member shout out. Oh God, I don't even know what I'm gonna sing. Isn't anyone trying to find me? Won't somebody come take me home? It's a damn cold night. Sorry. Is Vivi gonna market at Comic-Con? Well, at San Diego Comic-Con, they're already listed there. So yeah, how they're gonna market, I have no idea. I can't wait for that virtual reality where we all go in and to what are they planning. They've already had recently Captain America in their slides. They're not, in my opinion, they're not going to go and tease Captain America and risk being sued by Disney unless they have it, unless they actually have Captain America, unless they have Marvel, unless they have Disney. Like I think, like I'm literally betting time that they have Disney, that they have Marvel, that they have Pokemon, that they have Dragon Ball Z, they have Yu-Gi-Oh. They haven't announced any of that yet, but in my soul, I feel that. I feel that that's what they have. And again, if you're just a finance guy, it's like, okay, whatever. But if you're a collector and you know, like nerd culture, like finance guys breathe that in. That nerd culture is literally, there's so much money in that. And these collectibles, that the first of their kind, NFTs in general are the first of their kind, even if they're modeled after something that is existing. Okay, well now it's an NFT, now it's a virtual collectible, and that's never been created before. And they're on the blockchain, and they're represented by gems and OMI and all of these cool, crazy things that have never been dreamt of before. And a lot of these older guys, a lot of the people that I used to work with that didn't understand. There's that one guy, Paul, is like, oh, this is virtual reality, it's a fad, it's never gonna hang. Okay, you know what? That's exactly the exact same thinking that some people had about the internet, where they think like, okay, yeah, it won't have as much an impact as people think. It'll have an impact around what the fax machine have, and that'll be it. There's no practical use for the internet. Well, It sucks for you. I don't know where that person is now. I hope they're doing well, just because they were wrong. But older people in financing don't get it. They continuously think that, yes, max out your 401k, work at this job that you hate, be a square peg and try to fit yourself into a circular job, whatever it is. Like they say, do that, max out your 401k, invest in the S&P 500, and you'll be a millionaire when you retire. Yes, when you're fucking 57 or 65 after 40 painstaking years at the same company doing a job you don't want to do. Where I honestly think, like, a kid right now that's 17 years old that has living with their parents part-time, they can go and work at Target or work at a Old Navy or whatever, and they can save up a couple grand and get a million OMI, and I think that will make them a millionaire before they're 30. Yeah, you could be in your teenage years right now, and you can be a millionaire before you're 30. I think by going out and doing that, by going out and say, but you don't even have to do that. Like, okay, well, Chavez not like, okay, well, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and well, I was retired by 30, but I'm gonna be a millionaire after I got out of the military. After I got out of the military, I had 3 grand to my name, and I'll be a millionaire. If not this year, definitely within 2 years. So it's got a 26, 36, so 6 years. So it doesn't. When people saying no, maybe you'll be lucky to, retire at 50. Maybe you'll be lucky if you're really successful. No, that's not the way it works anymore. You don't have to do that. You don't have to slave away at this boring ass 9 to 5 job where you're just in a cubicle and just trying to make good on your numbers so that maybe you can get a promotion. No, you don't have to do that. You can go and work on a passion project and invest in what I think OMI and cryptocurrency is making it so that people like us, we're going to be millionaires. And there's no doubt in my mind, without OMI, I'd be a millionaire just probably because of Bitcoin. It would take a little longer. But obviously with OMI, we can get there much quicker, I believe. Dale Brooker says, hi, Randy. I've been watching you for the last 30 minutes. You have no idea how much you're speaking to me. I dropped $120,000 a year job for $50,000 working with horses. I was happy as a OMI owner. Oh, dude. Dale Brooker, that's the dream. Going and leaving your 6-figure job for something half that. If you're happy, that's the mission. That's the goal. You won at life, and I'm very happy for you. And if you're an OMI owner, like right now, working with horses is great. And what I want for you, Dale, what I want, and Dale, like this coming from me, take $2,000, but I don't know how much OMI you have. I don't know what your financial situation is. If you have it extra that you're not going to need, it's expendable income, and you're not going to need it, take that and buy OMI. And if it goes to zero, I'll give that money back to you. Dale Brooker. Yeah, Dale Brooker. You have my guarantee. Here, a bunch of people watching. If OMI fails and VV collapses, whatever, I'll give you whatever money you lose if VV goes up. Obviously, if you buy here and it goes down to 10, if it goes down to half, don't sell. Keep it. Keep going up. But because I want you to, if you're working with horses, you're probably a good person. If you're working with animals, you're probably a good person. And I want you to do that forever. Like, you probably have some ideas on how you can make things better. Like, go to animal hospitals across the country, and a lot of it, what happen is these big corporations come buy these companies up, buy animal hospitals, and they partner with other veterinarians, because you can't own an animal hospital without being a veterinarian. But talk to the workers. They're like, no, there's so much waste that goes on. A lot of people aren't happy in the veterinary field because they're overworked and they need more people doing it. Okay, well, how do we get more people to do that? Either pay more for the position or hire more people, whatever it is. Okay, if we can make more money so that we can help animals, that's what I want to do. If you're working with horses and I want you to make more money, I think by getting more OMI, you'll invest a lot into, you're doing your future self a favor. And by doing that, yeah, you could do whatever you want with horses then. Afterwards, you could buy your own horse, do whatever. VR Land, what up? Rick, what up? Ricky Britt says, listening to your love for OMI makes me want to get a million OMI. And honestly, guys, I get it. If you're working, work as much as you can right now. If you can get if you can get a million OMI, it's $2,000. I get it. That can be a lot to some people. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, okay, well honestly, if I was 19 again, all right, what I'm doing, I'm living in my car. If at 19, I'd restart right now, and okay, I'm just gonna live in my car. I don't care. I have an internet connection. I have whatever. Um, I'm going to work and I'm gonna buy OMI, and that's what I would do. I would eat Taco Bell because, like I've done before, lived in my car and eaten Taco Bell because you're not gonna starve. You have work coming in. You have technology. Buy OMI, and if you can do that, I believe you'll be setting yourself up for. That's what I would do. If I was 19, I would live in my car if I had no other choice, but yeah, if you're 19, you have no other choice. Live in your car. You're not gonna starve. You'll be fine. I promise you're not gonna starve. Take what money that you were spending on rent, and now you don't have to spend it on rent. Now you can feed yourself. Now that money will feed yourself. You're gonna get OMI. I guarantee you, if you can get to a million OMI, you can be a millionaire. Again, and it's not out of the realm possibility. Like, even if you have a million OMI, and when this goes to 10 cents, and it will, that's $100,000. That right now, if you take your rent, and again, not financial advice, but this is what I would do. If I was 19 again, and I was working all these jobs just to pay rent, I would not pay rent. I would not say not to pay rent, not pay bills. I would go and take the money I had for rent, and I would live in my car. I would live in my car, and I would go and buy, even if I could only buy 500,000 OMI. Okay, well, you know what happens when this goes to 10 cents? Okay, yeah, I don't have $100,000. That's $50,000. That is $50,000. That is life-changing money, and that doesn't have to be like, oh, I can. That can literally be by the end of this year. That can literally be like, Taps Trades thinks 6 to 9 cents by September, and the reason why he only goes to September because he thinks we're gonna have a crypto winter, which I don't. I don't think we're gonna have a crypto winter. I think we're gonna, because and that's a whole different thing. I'll get into that if you guys want me to. But yeah, that's awesome, Dale. Yeah, it's not always about the money. Yeah, How I Made says I set a goal for 5 million OMI, but since it kept dipping, I doubled and tripled down. New goal is 10 million. Yeah, I have 9.5 million. I'm good, and even this, when it reaches 10 cents, that's $950,000. I could take that but I won't. But again, people, if they have that, let's say that's life-changing money for people. And guys, don't worry about what you might be able to, like, I'm going to take I'm a hodler for most of my life. I will take that, and one day when it becomes 50 cents, a dollar, and I have now $10 million. Sure, I'll liquidate some, and yes, charity. But don't worry, guys. I will take care of the animals, and I hope to have 100 million OMI, or at least 50 million OMI. So I have 9 million now. When I sell that card, I'm gonna put 100 grand, 125 grand into OMI, and that will make me deca millionaire in the future. And again, I know not everybody has that, but you can go and you can work that extra part-time job, and you can put money into that. And you don't, if it's not OMI, if that's not your thing, then go and do the part-time job. Whatever you are right now, if you have credit card debt, if you have some type of debt, okay, well, stop with the bullshit, stop with the cable TV, stop with the net. Like, no, you don't need any of that. You can go and work down your credit card debt. You can, by working an extra job and cutting out all the BS in your life, you can knock down that credit card debt, and that is gonna feel so much more rewarding than watching any series you can on Netflix. And no, that is gonna be so much better for you. That weight that's lifted off your shoulders when you get out of credit card debt, when you get out of all this debt, all the bullshit that people tried to pass off to you back in the day, saying, oh, you go to college, getting 6 figures worth of debt, buy this car that you can't afford. You don't have to do that. And when you get out of that debt, that's going to feel amazing for you. That's going to feel so good. Aria Realty, for those of you that don't know, he had credit card debt when he was younger, and he fixed it. He just stopped the bullshit. He paid everything off, and then now he's got perfect credit. Now he's literally got 840, 850 credit. It's perfect because he stopped the bullshit. He stopped doing he stopped trying to keep up with the Joneses, and he started getting his stuff together, and he started paying everything off, and that's what people can do. And I feel like people don't realize it, but they can. Just a little bit of sacrifice, a little bit of hard work, you could pay off those bills. Ricky Britt says, I could only wish I could get to that number. So, Ricky Britt, whatever you have, like, again, that's just what I would do, in my opinion. Just trying to get as much OMI as I can. Synox says, if you get 10 million OMI, you'll have $1 million by the end of the year. If it reaches 10 cents, like I think it's going to, and you have 10 million OMI, then yes, you could cash that in for $1 million. It's not, and guys, like, this is real. Like, this is real life. Like, it can happen, and even if you don't want, even if you want to say, like, hey, there's a couple $100,000, and now let's say your mom that's still working at 50 whatever, because let's say your dad passed away and your mom still work. Like, okay, no, mom, I want to pay for your house. I want to make sure you're fine. You never have to work again. You work hard your whole life. You raise, like, whatever it is that you want to do with the money that can be used for good, go and use it for good. It's real. This is real. I can't, again, I'm more bullish on this than I am on Tesla, and I still have 100 grand in Tesla. So, Jaime says, I mean, it's so cheap. I don't buy anything for myself, just bills and food. Yeah, same thing. Like, and when I get this Deca millionaire status, when I get this million, nothing's gonna change. I'm still gonna be in like sweatshirt, jeans, and a t-shirt. I don't want to be fancy. I don't want to be bougie. I don't want to try to go and, oh, I'm living in New York, and I never want to live in a place that is too big for me. When I'm with the girlfriend, yes, okay, you have your room. We have our room. She has an office. I have an office. And whatever. Okay, Florida things are cheap, but I never want to be one of those people that we have like a 8-bedroom house with like 4 bathrooms. It's just me and my girlfriend. Like, no, we don't need that. We don't. Like, it doesn't matter if I have, let's say when this kicks off, let's say in 10 years, 2030, this is $3 per OMI, and I have 40 million OMI. I'm worth 9 figures at that point. I would still never, I would never pay like $1 million for a house unless I'm buying it to renting it out, like me and our Realty doing with our company. I want to live simply. I never want to live in a place that's too big for me, because that's not what I'm about. I also don't want to pass on that like notion that like, oh yeah, now I'm up here. Now all you poories, you're not with me. No, I want to keep together that money doesn't have to change you. It doesn't. It hasn't changed me yet. It's only made me more giving. It's only made me want to help more people. It's only made me want to say, hey, like where I'm talking to my veteran buddies, like, hey, whatever you're doing, I want to fund it. I want to help you out. Like, if you fall on your face, don't worry, I'll be there. Like, let's, and maybe sometimes you shouldn't. Maybe sometimes you have to let people fall on their face, and they don't need, maybe if they have you as a, oh well, I could always mess my life up because Chavez will be there. Like, but okay, my veterans, they're good people. Everyone I served with is, God, they're so cool. Wow, How I Made It up 8.1 million now. Synox is God level. 800,000 by Ender. Yeah. If it does what I think it's gonna do, then yeah, by the end of the year, you're gonna have 800,000. How I Made It says, so pissed I got out of Matic at 2 cents. I have to look into Matic as well. Dale Brooker says, people who work at a 7-Eleven on the side of a freeway just to earn enough to pay rent for a studio apartment and pay bills get stuck in the rut. Do what makes you happy and things will happen. I agree 100%. As long as you keep going on and you just work more. Okay, well, you have a job where you're working 20 hours a week. Okay, well, get another job where you're working another 20. You have a lot of time during the day. And if you say like, oh, like, well, I'm tired after work. Okay, well, if you're tired after work and you don't want to work on a passion project, you don't want to work on anything else, like, then you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in that living hell for the rest of your life. You either go out and get another job and pay down that credit card debt and get your life together, or you work on a passion project. You nurture it. If you don't want to invest, work on that passion project, whatever it is, writing, or it's animation, or it's storytelling, and you want to go and be just a storyteller. Go make content go and work at that as often as you can. You got to make sure you hone that skill and nurture it and be really good at it. And I guarantee you, after a while, it makes you money. Guaranteed. I mean, so I should have kept buying into Matic. Got scared out of my trading cap. Should have just held on. Yeah. A lot of times we get scared. Definitely look into staking your crypto, staking DeFi. I want to rescue animals. All right, so Gen X239. Same. My whole mission is to buy. When Steve Irwin died, he was only worth $10 million, and it's really weird to think about how, like, with these investments that we're doing, we could be worth more than that. I want to make I think it'd be impossible, but to make as big of an impact on people's lives as Steve Irwin did. Everyone knew him. Everyone loved him. It doesn't matter if you were poor, if you were rich, you were a celebrity, if you're nobody. Everyone loved watching him, and everyone loved what he did for conservation. And he did so much, and I want to be able to go and say, hey, because of Steve Irwin, like, because of him, I'm doing this. I worked my ass off for years after the military, and I got this, and now I want to do this as well. I want to buy all these wilderness areas, make them conservation areas because of him, and hopefully one day, little girl or little boy, they see me like, hey, I want to help animals too. And however they can get there, they get there. If they whether it's even being a foster home for those animals, which I can never do again because that's heartbreaking. But if they want to foster animals, or if they want to be a veterinarian or even a vet tech in that field, if I can inspire hope and to get that done, I hope I can. I'm going to try to continue to do that. Dalberg says, was waiting for not financial advice. Take a drink. Definitely not a financial advisor. That's going to buy. Oh my God, Synox is going to buy 3 million Obi Navarro. Get out of here. Speaking facts. I want to open a cafe if I'm OMI rich. Yeah, do it. Do it, how I made. I believe you can. Believe you can. Gen X239 says, also bankruptcy is not a bad thing. Yeah, but bankruptcy, if you're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, okay, claim bankruptcy. And then, yeah, your credit's messed up for a few years, but at least you don't have all that debt. You know, at least you don't have that. And then you could start over, and that could be a good thing for some people. Keith Smith says, live in Miami. Someone just bought a mansion in Miami for 23 million Bitcoin. So $23 million worth of Bitcoin, and they 23 million, and they paid for it in Bitcoin. I'm assuming, yeah, in Bitcoin. Oh, peasants, look at my green Lambo. Yeah, that's incredible. But some people are just Bitcoin rich. Ivu Hong says, wow, that is great advice. Several says, you like Steve Irwin, good enough for me. Yeah. Ivu Hong says, people don't realize how precious they are. Life is precious. I say everyone should at least try every food in the world. Agreed 100%, Ivu Hong. And it is. Like, Lex Friedman the other day said, like, hey, I was, there was, the other day he just sent out a tweet, like, I was walking in downtown Austin a few hours ago, and then literally like an hour after he left, a couple people got shot and they died. Like, life can end at any moment. So enjoy what you have, and again, like, tell your loved ones you love them. And if that's anything that I can go to, and I have a video coming out like later this day saying, like, hey, watch this when I die. And it's just me saying, like, oh, hey, be kind to each other, be kind to animals, and, just be good. Just try to be someone that other people can count on. If you are someone that other people can count on, that's a good role model, because not everyone can be that. If you can be that, be that. Be there for someone. Be the person that you needed when you were younger. Be the person that you needed when you were down and out, and you just needed someone to talk. Maybe you needed someone to really, like, give you, like, the business. Like, hey, no, you're better than this. Like no, cut out the drinking, cut out the bullshit, and you can, get better, get healthy. Or be someone that you know, like, hey, it's okay, things will get better. Be that person. VR Lionel says, Steve Irwin, bro, you're gonna make me cry. He was a hero of mine. So still is. So that's one of my goals, is to be able to go to, like, the Irwin family and say, hey, what he wanted to do is what he wants to be remembered for. He's like, I remember his quote saying, like, me, money, I can't get enough about money, and what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to buy wilderness areas with them. And so him doing that, like, there's definitely some places that he hasn't bought yet. And when I become that Deca millionaire, it's like I'm gonna go there and I'm like, what do you guys need? You like your family is literally made on conservation and wilderness areas. What do you need? What is your plan? And then money's no option. I can do that for them. I can do that. Not just for Australia, for Africa, for South America, for Europe and America. Like, and even if you, it doesn't have to be these grand big gestures. You could buy one of those little tubs at like Target for like $20 or $30, and you could cut some holes in it, and you could fill it with hay, you could fill it with whatever, and that could be, you could do that for cats in the wintertime. That is too cold, they don't want to be in the elements, okay, they can go in there. Do that, and that's enough. You're helping. Um, Gen X says you learn not to use credit cards when you declare bankruptcy. Yeah, yeah. That credit cards. Credit cards are bad for people when they're poor, but when you're not poor anymore, use them and then you pay them off and then you gain, you gain points. You gain points by using them. Like you gain free mileage on your, frequent flyer miles, or you get reward. You get money back on things for using credit cards as long as you pay them in full. Do that, and you can make money. Yeah, we all lost the hero when Steve Irwin died. Actually, it was in September 3rd, I think. So it's coming up a few months. I have to take a drink for him. Cy Knox says, I visited Steve Irwin Zoo a couple months ago. His son is still wrestling cross crazy. Oh, dude, that's a dream of mine too. When COVID's officially over and everything, I'll go to Australia and just see people that are in Australia, but also to see his son do like a performance. And it feels so good to say, like, because we all grew up watching him, and now to see his son do it, and his son is a really talented photographer, also taking all these really great photos. But it's good to see that they're in the family, and the family, like from what I hear, the people that work there say, like, yeah, they, if you work your balls off, then the family is good for you. If you're kind of lazy, the family will be like, all right, whatever. They like people that work because that's what they do. So I'm so happy to hear that. I want to see a show with all of them. It'd be great. Can't wait for that. Ramesh says, just woke up, afternoon sleep, and ping, got a notification. Randy Chavez is live. Good evening, Ramesh. How's it going? It's passion. The whole family's focused. Synox says the whole family performs. Yeah, I can't wait for that. And it's those of us that are here that are Earth 2 its own thing, that are just here OMI hodlers. I think that's what most of you guys here are right now. Take a minute to think about what you're gonna do with that money. And I don't mean like Lambo, buy Lamborghini, buy this great house. Like, no, like there was a time where you didn't have that money, and I know we still don't have it right now, but there's a time we will. And okay, well, now what are we gonna do with it? We have it. Like, are we gonna let it change us, or no? Are we gonna try to help better the world with it? Now, by all means, if you have a family, you have kids, you want to go on vacation, absolutely, go and make memories. Go and spend time with your family. Do whatever, like, you deserve it. You guys have been working hard. You deserve it. Like, enjoy the spoils. Like, there's no shame if you made $10,000. Cool. Take $1,000 of it and spend it on yourself. Go and treat your wife to a nice dinner. Go out and get a nice bottle of wine. Or if you're someone that likes really good whiskey and you made just $10,000, spend $200 on that bottle. Go and do that and just enjoy yourself. If that's what you like, that's what you enjoy. Do what you enjoy. Do what you have fun with. And I don't know if that makes sense. Dale Brugge says, also only today just found Chavez in Antarctica. Put you down as my 5%. Good night, mate. Oh, good night, Dale Brooker. Thank you. He's a big fan. And what he means with the 5%, I guess I'll go through my referral code right now. But let me do. Sorry, girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story ends. That is my referral code down there. That is who he was talking about. So at this point, I've streamed 3.5 hours this morning. I had an hour voice call with 2 different people. So I've been talking for about 5.5 hours now. Was seeing this guy giddy up. Yeah, so I have been talking for about 5.5 hours. I know that is not good for my throat, so I'm gonna stop. But I love you all. If there's again, I have a video coming out in like I guess as soon as I hang this up, I'll go and make that video, post it up. Um, yeah, wanted to, what I want to be remembered for is just loving animals and loving people and really de-escalation. Like if people are angry, okay, why are they angry? Let's form, and that's what Earth 2 is. That's what I think Earth 2 is it, that it can be. One of the many things that it can be is people like going in there and just working out differences, going virtual reality and just escaping the BS that is our world. And you don't have to be like happy. You can be positive in, or if the real world's getting you down, you can go into virtual reality and you can be around like-minded people that are just like you. And sometimes that can be dangerous. Sometimes that, it can go too far in one direction, but other times not. Like if, again, like there, even in like the Comic-Con things, there are some people that take it way too seriously, but you know what? If that's what you do and you have other people that do it with you, that's great too. Um, but I think in life it shouldn't be. Nothing should ever be that serious. I mean, unless we're actually talking about life and death. But no, it shouldn't be that serious. Like go and make everything relax a little bit. Just I don't know. Sana says get some sleep, enjoy the day. Big fan. Let's all help humanity. Randy, you have a great attitude on life. Needs to be more like you. Yeah, I try. And if I can be an example to anyone, saying like, okay, like use me as the example of you don't need to go to college to be successful. You don't need to be. You just need to be a hard worker. And yes, I am a little privileged because I got into finance. But again, I got out of the military. I had a couple $1,000s to my name. I got in Tesla. I got in, and people can do it. People can do it. It's just you have to be. Where can you do that? Okay, well, taking risks, like how people do that, how people make it as comedians, how people make it as writers, how people make it as fighters, is they take risks when they're younger. If you don't take risks, yeah, you're if you don't put any chips on the table, you're not going to lose them, but you don't gain any chips either. So if you go on and say like, hey, I'm going to do and give it my all, how I got where I am today is by taking risks, taking everything I had and putting it into high risk lending. And after I made a success, after people told me I would never be successful in that industry with a one semester community college, what do you know? After I made it, what I did, I risked it all again going into Tesla. I risked it all again going into Pokemon cards. $80,000 for this one Pokemon card that they're like, that is way, even in the Pokemon community, that is way too much. Okay, well, tripled in value now. I made that choice again and again and again, and other people can do it too. Raythax says, good night, my brother, from another mother. Punk is not dead. Let him know that we're still rock and roll. I don't care about my makeup. Yeah. All right, thanks, Raythax, for that $10 super chat. It means the world to me. Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to be in that, the bullshit place. You can go and risk it. Like that's how you make it. You have to risk it all. Risk it all, and again, go and be in your car. Go in the shittiest apartment you can find. Okay, well, you know what? If you have water, well, what if you have a roof and water and internet? You're doing better than most of the world. But outside of that, if you can do that and just try to find your happiness, and risk, take a bunch of risk. That's how you get where I am. Yes, I got very lucky. Yes, but take risk. That's it. You could have someone that's there. There are people that are smarter than me, and there are people that work harder than me that aren't successful like I am because they didn't take risks. They're doing things that are safely. And okay, cool. Be safe. No one's gonna. If you're at a steady job that you don't hate, but whatever, you're doing it because it's safe. Okay, that's fine. But if you're at a job that you hate, but you're doing it because it's safe, and you can find something else that even if you don't love it, if it's not, just get out of that soul crushing job. Get out of that soul killing job, and I think that's what OMI can do as well. Earth 2 and OMI just being able to go and say, hey, This is something where I can get out of. I don't have to be working. I can change my outlook. I can change my life. You are in control of your own life, and you can change it just on where you work. Just I get out of that place, do a passion project, do whatever you want, and you can get out of there. Good night, Dashi. Dashi the goat after Elon Musk and Randy. Oh, thanks, Sinox. Guatam Garg says, "Hey, thank you for updating. I made $500 in Earth 2. Thanks. Oh, great job, Guatam." Delbrook says, "Let it ride." One Ship says, "Easy choice is a hard life, and a hard choice is an easy life." Facts. Yeah. And that's what I hope to be able to convey to people, that you can take control of your own life. You don't need to be in a place that you hate. Like, I get it. If you're, 40 and you have 3 kids, and it's like, okay, well, hopefully you have at least, an hour a day. If you can carve out an hour a day and do that project, and you can write, or you can, get in shape, then make a YouTube video, do whatever it is for an hour a day, you have to make sure you're caffeinated. You have to sure you're motivated and ready to attack that hour, because that's all you have. And yeah, do that. Dale Broker says, "People who are scared of Mondays need to wake up." I'm with you. Yeah, twice in one morning. Yeah, yeah. So this, but at this point, I do have to go. I can feel my throat wanting to die, and I should go to bed. So I love you all. I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Thank you guys for the super chat. Meow. Okay. Guido says, "I'm just 18, but I like to invest in equity and other crypto, or is it metaverse? What about you?" Yeah. I like Bitcoin and OMI, and but good night, everyone. I love you all.